Alright guys, welcome to Maber Boy's fully accurate and awesome tier list. If you have any question about the tier list, yes, it'll be 100% factual. Zero opinions, of course, you know. How could one person possibly make a opinionated tier list, you know? I don't know. But, let's start off with how we're going to ranking things, guys. You know, we're going to have a good old day here. Good old day. We got Peak. We'll talk more about that one at the end of the Survivor section. We got one dang good egg. So if you don't know, if you couldn't tell by reading, everything is ranked by the best ways of cooking an egg, okay? If this is like the definition of tier lists. There are very much certain ways eggs should be cooked, and very certain ways eggs shouldn't be cooked, okay? Alright, with that being said, let's go through the rankings. One dang good egg, alright? That's like, I guess you could say, the S+ tier, the GOAT. The most delicious eggs you've ever had in your whole life. Next, we got omelets, okay? I love omelets. Omelets, you know, I absolutely love omelets. You know, you wake up in the morning, someone, loved ones, you know, or you, if you can cook, you whip yourself up an omelet and it's delicious. You sit there and enjoy your morning, chocolate milk, coffee, whatever you like to drink. And that's a good morning. Gonna have a good rest of your day, too. You're feeling good. I like my eggs sunny side up. Alright, you like your eggs sunny side up, huh? Well, I guarantee you're probably a pretty cool person because, you know, sunny side up eggs, they make everyone happy. It's in all the movies, all the perfect situations you could ever want. It's a sunny side up egg. How could you possibly not want a sunny side up egg? Just look at it. They're awesome. Absolutely awesome to look at. They're sick, okay? That's a W option for an egg. Over easy is pretty nice. Over easy tastes the exact same as sunny side up, but it doesn't have that cool nostalgia, you know, fun, cool, happy factor. It's just, you know, an egg. So it's going to be an egg. That's the egg tier. You know, middle of the road. Pretty neat. Just give me a light scramble. Scrambled eggs, okay? They're good. Don't get me wrong. Eggs are pretty good. But scrambled eggs. I only remember myself eating scrambled eggs when I'm in a rush. Had to scramble up some eggs fast. Put them on something. Whip them up. Put some hot sauce on them. Just get out the door. Eat these scrambled eggs. I want a fast way to cook my eggs. Boom. Scrambled eggs. No thought, no thought process. Scramble some eggs, put some hot sauce on it, done. Eating eggs. I'm leaving. So scrambled eggs, just not my favorite. You know, it's going to go down, going to go between the mid tiers. And then we got our first just, you know, whack tier. Who said I wanted the egg cooked? Guys, if a human being ever tells you that they like their eggs not cooked, please slap them. For me and for the right. It's justice. If they ask for their eggs uncooked, I don't care if it's healthy. I don't care. I'm not letting myself eat raw eggs. That's disgusting. It's gross and cold and slimy. I even ate one before. But I'm not going to eat one. I'm not going to eat a raw egg. If someone willingly asks for a raw egg, they're weird. And that's why it's a bottom tier. It's bottom tier. If you like your eggs raw, you're bottom tier. Okay, that's just the way it is. And that's how the Forsaken characters. Alright. Do you have century eggs? Let's be real, guys. Who on earth unironically eats century eggs? Think about that. Think about that long and hard. No one you know eats century eggs. If you know someone or you are someone who eats century eggs, you know what? That could kind of be cool, okay? You are one in a billion. You are truly unique. Because century eggs, guys, that sounds so gross, and I've seen people eat it, and it looks gross. However, I guess I can't judge a book by a cover, but it's going to go in the lowest tier because it looks gross, and I do not want an egg that's that old. That's just how it is. Hate me if you want, all right? And you might notice all the survivors, why are all of them century eggs? Well, I already recorded this video. I found I had no audio. So this is take 2, you know. So we got all the Forsaken survivors, +1. Okay, well, +1. Don't worry about him. I'll see him later. You don't even know who that is. Promise, trust. All right, Elliot. The support class, one of my personal favorite survivors, one of my personal favorites to see on my team, the pizza guy. On his game has great nostalgia. You can't say you didn't like you work at a pizza place. So, Elliot, he has 2 abilities. First ability, throw some pizza at your friends. Who doesn't like pizza? And it heals them. Now, people have been complaining about this ability getting nerfed. All they did was make it heal over time, and instead, when the killer hits you, it stops healing. It's not that big of a deal, guys. Free heals mid-chase. Do you understand how good that is? Do you like that can give you so much more time to run down the killer, whether you live or not. If the Elliot is competent, gives you a nice slice of pizza, you're living for longer. Okay, that is a great thing. And if you don't think it's a great thing, you're weird. Then we got Elliot players getting a speed boost. Rush Hour. Okay, let's talk about Rush Hour. Rush Hour, it's a swift speed boost. Like, it's nice. Like, it's really fast, and I know it only lasts like 3 seconds. But, guys, Rush Hour can be so useful. Like, you can actually just not do chases if you use it right. You know, you are going to get into some chases. The killer just wants to target you, last man standing, or just hit Elliot's. That's going to happen. But you'll live a lot longer if you use Rush Hour correctly, you know. Use it, and when the killer doesn't have a lot of stamina, and you do, whether it being the beginning of a chase, just any moment you can find where you just really need it, you're in a hunch, you need the Rush Hour. Or, in Last Man Standing, for example, you can combine it with a Bloxy Cola, and the killer's not catching you for like a solid 30 seconds. You're only going to have like, I don't know, like 30 seconds on the clock left to chase. I'm not an expert. I don't play a lot of Elliot anymore. Actually, yes, I do. I've been playing quite a bit of Elliot. I love him, okay? I win a lot as Elliot. I don't understand the hate. He's fun to see on my team. He gives me a little bit extra happiness when I see him. I get a little bit of hope when I see him running up to me while I'm in chase. Elliot is cool. With all that being said, he is going to be going into... I love omelets. I like my eggs honey setup. He's going into I like my eggs honey setup. Okay, that's a pretty good tier. Elliot looks like he'd like his eggs honey setup anyway. It's perfect. Noob. Let's talk about the good old poster boy for Roblox. Roblox isn't looking too clean right now, so I don't know, noob. You're in some deep water. But anyway, Forsaken noob. He's one of the survivors I don't play a lot. He has 3 abilities. I remember that. He also got a buff recently where he used to have a limit on his abilities. Now he does not. Let me actually get into his abilities. I'm getting caught off guard. First ability, Bloxy Cola. It's just like the item. Pretty much no difference, except you can walk faster while using it. It drinks faster, and you get a longer speed boost. However, it is a far slower speed boost. I will say that. Far slower speed boost. You're not going to get as far as a normal item, but you do get the benefit of being easier to use inside of a chase. So, ability's pretty mid. You know, it's not that great. It has some uses, but it's not an ability you can just use all the time. You have to be in a pretty good situation. Slate Skin is the second ability. Just a little bit of invincibility. You drink it, some Slate Skin, you get some invincibility for a little bit. But to be honest, I'm going to explain why this ability is completely mid in my opinion, and just not really viable right now. So, Slate Skin, you get a little bit of invincibility, you use it to regain stamina, you know, blah, 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 gotta keep running. But the killer can stand right next to you. Like, nothing is stopping the killer from looking you dead in your eyes while you stand still like a helpless tortoise, just crunching your way to the next checkpoint. And you're just stuck there. Like, the killer's also regaining stamina, but the killer's faster than you base. Even with the little speed boost at the beginning, the killers will catch up in an instant. Like, they have no worries. Now, there are some extra things to Slate Skin, like ending a little bit early. You can get some mind games into it. That might help a lot. Combining with this Bloxy Cola, if you can time it really right. I don't know if they removed that or if that was ever a thing. I'm not a big noob guy. But he has some situations where Slate Skin come in use. Just, for the most part, it's not that useful, to be fully honest. Third ability, Ghost Burger. Ghost Burger. Ghost Burger, Ghost Burger. Doesn't that just sound awesome? A burger. You can't even see it. You're just munching on a burger and it's just delicious and you just can't see it. Well, take all those ideas and throw them out your car window because this ability is pretty lame, okay? It used to be really good in LMS. I'm sure a lot of people remember it. You got to use it and the killer would have no idea where you were all of LMS because it had undetectable. But ever since the devs removed undetectable from LMS, you can use it at the start, but once the killer just uses their orating ability, boom, you're found again. That's all there is to it. Cooked. You're found again. Ghost Burger's useless. And the invisibility effect, you're not actually invisible. You're a little bit less visible, but come on. Come on. It is not that helpful. Like, you are not getting out of chases with Ghost Burger. Half of the time. So I'm going to put him in a nice little, just give me a light scramble, okay? He's not that good. He's not that good. I'm sorry. Like, he's a cool character. I like his lore. Pretty mid survivor, not gonna lie. Alright. Shadletsky, I love omelets. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I don't really rank before I talk. But Shadletsky's goated. He's my king. One of my kings. I love him. Awesome sauce. Really good survivor. Let me explain why. Okay. He has 2 abilities. First ability, Slash. You whip out a sword and you smack the killer with it. It's so consistent. Once you master it, boom. just a little short windup you got to get used to, and the killer's stunned, plus 30 damage if you're trying to kill the killer. This stun is... I am so sorry. Sorry, I was talking a little bit too much, but the sword's really useful, okay? Get you out of some tough situations. Boom, sword hit, gone. You're dipping and diving. What if I told you his second ability is a self-heal? Imagine those two things combined. The survivability of Shedletsky is so underrated. It's so underrated. You can live... Actually, it might not be underrated. He's a pretty well-known survivor, pretty good survivor, pretty popular pick. But I'm just going to explain it again, okay? He's good. Like, there's no getting around it. Shedletsky is a good survivor. You will live a long time. Whether you die or not, you're probably going to live a pretty good amount of time if you know what you're doing, okay? Shedletsky is a W. Top tier. I love omelets. I don't care what anyone says, and you're weird if you say he's not. Guessed. Who said I wanted the egg cooked? What was that? I'm so done. But what's... Okay, guessed. I hate him. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't care. If your sweat is dripping from your hands, you're sweating on guest, 13 million hours on the game, have as much hours as me. I have a lot, I'll admit it. But I don't wanna. Like, nothing, I don't wanna play guest. He's fun. So incredibly fun to pub stomp. When you go against someone competent and I have to start using my brain, and I'm like doing all these complicated block patterns, like, yeah, it's cool once you get the hang of it, but like, no. Like, you just still mess up a lot, and if the killer misses, you don't get your hit, okay? I don't like Guest that much. I don't think he's that reliable of a stunner. Honestly, I think he's less reliable than a controversial survivor coming up next. He's just mid, okay? I'm sorry. His dash also gives slowness if you miss it. Like, he's just mid, okay? I'm sorry. I know you guest mains are going to be really mad at me. There's a lot of you, a lot of sweats guest mains. I don't care, okay? I'm sorry. He's mid. I don't like Guest that much. Am I completely factual, unopinionated, fully right? Guest is mid. Okay, this is all, remember, this is all facts, so you can't go against this. All right, next we got 2 times. 2 times going in, we'll figure out that in a second. 2 time, let me explain him. He's a cultist, pretty cool lore and stuff. He has 3 abilities. First one is Dagger. How this ability works is you stab the killer, you know, pretty front and center. It's not that much to worry about, not much to think about. You can do these stabs can come in 2 outcomes. First outcome, you hit them in the front, they don't get stunned, but you get 1 little thing on your ovulation bar which helps you respawn. You need 4 hits of the ovulation to respawn. Just keep that in mind. Or you can backstab, which is not that hard. I don't care what anyone says. 2 time is not a hard survivor to play. Actually, yeah, I do more complicated stuff, but for the most part, it's pretty easy to play 2 time, okay? It's pretty easy to get backstabs, not that hard. But, back to what I was saying, backstab, you stun the killer for a pretty dang good amount of time, and you get 2 hits of your ovulation bar, which means you only have to hit a backstab twice, and you're respawning. 100% respawning. That's all it takes. I do say it can be harder to say than do sometimes. Like, you get targeted as 2 times sometimes, but for the most part, you can do it. Okay, 2 time is a good survivor to play as. Like, I think he's a very frequent winner. I have lost to 2 times before, pretty frequently. He is a good survivor. Okay, I'd actually put him really top tier. So, 2 time is great. Also, to do the fact that he can respawn anywhere. Like, if you can respawn anywhere. Like, you can put the point anywhere, wherever you want. You can put it in like a really inconvenient spot. Make sure you're on the other side of the map from the killer. Boom, respawn. The killer's having a rough day, okay? Killer's having a pretty rough day if that happens. So, he's going to go in I Love Omelets. Plus, he gets a speed boost in, what's it called? Crouch. So, 100% going in I Love Omelets. He's a very good survivor. I don't care what you say. Alright, 007. People are not going to like me for this one. Alright, but 007's peak. I don't care what anyone said. It's immediate 1 dang good egg. Alright? I don't care if you don't like survivalists. I don't care if you want to win with the team so badly that you won't let me enjoy 007. He is so fun. He has a completely gimmicky and unique way to play the game, to approach the game. You clone, trick the killer with the movement of your cursor, pathfinding, just good placements, and it's fun. It's so satisfying when you see the killer walk off like a bum, hitting some random AI that he just has no idea that he thinks is you. It is so awesome. And then you hit them teleports, or the killer's right there, and you teleport right before he gets to you. Man, that is a feeling nothing else, okay? I'm telling you, 007, He's a one dang good egg, okay? One dang good egg. I don't care what you have to say. 007's a one dang good egg. That's final. I don't know why I'm speaking with authority, but you know, it irks me that people put him so low, okay? All right. Builder Man. I like my XA setup. Let me explain why I'm putting him here. So, Builder Man, very underrated. Let me get that out of the way. Very underrated. A lot of people will sleep on him, saying, "Oh, you know, yeah, Builder Man. Who cares? You know, I'll play Builder Man." But you know, let me tell you, Builder Man, guys, he is so useful. His sentries can be placed almost anywhere on the map, above and like high areas. The killer has to walk up there and destroy it, wasting more time than they already do, guys. And not to think of that they get slowness the whole time if they don't. The whole time, like the sentry doesn't stop, guys. It doesn't stop. Remember that. They will continue to get slowness. You can effectively make infinite loops with Builder Man on your team. And even if the killer goes out of the way to break the sentry, the Builder Man can predict it. They see the killer breaking their sentry, right? This is a strategy I like to do. They see the killer breaking their strategy, place it in another good sentry spot. And then the survivor has another immediate sentry to walk to. Killer's really annoyed, wasting all their stamina breaking those sentries. It wastes so much time if placed correctly. Builder Man is a good survivor, top tier. And if you think otherwise, you know, you probably haven't seen him enough, or you're just dim-witted. No, I'm just blank. No, Builder Man is peak. I don't care what anyone says. I'm putting him, and I like my XC side up. Builder Man's cool, okay? He's cool. All right. Next, we got good old pumpkin guy, Dusakar, Matt, whatever you want to call him. If you've seen my channel, if you've seen the other videos I made on Forsaken, you probably know I am a Dusakar fan. I am a I'm losing my voice. I'm a avid Dusakar player. I love Dusakar. Way more useful than people tend to think. Let me just explain them to you before I rank them. Plasma Beam. You with a pretty good range, you can effectively just spam it and be a pest the whole game. And now you don't have to worry about survivors always running up to you because you can run while using his abilities, which is so good. Such a good buff. Thank you, Forsaken devs. My pumpkin boy needed it. But with that being said, you can speed up survivors, slow down killers over and over and over and over and over again, mentally deteriorating the killer the whole time you're doing it. And you just beat down on their brain, make them sit there and just take punches because they're just sitting there like, why can't I kill this Dusakar? You can be on like a really far away while you're doing all this. And then you add a second ability, shielding the survivors. Boom, they take way less damage, like 3 damage on M1. 3. They normally do at least 20. That's insane. 3. Guys, not a lot of killers get kills when they do 3 damage, okay? It is really good. Dusakar is so underrated. My pumpkin boy is criminally slept on. I need him to be more loved, more accepted. My pumpkin guy, he is going into a solid I love omelets, okay? Not quite 007. 007 is my baby boy, my goat. But no. Taff, he's going to go ahead and stick down on DF Century Eggs. Guys, Taff. If you main Taff, cool. You know, do your thing. You know, you're dumb. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're just not that cool. Okay, Taff, he got some cool skins, okay? I'll admit it. You probably play him for the skins, you know, don't judge you. What that being said, his abilities do nothing, okay? As a killer, I have never once looked at a Taff and been like, oh no, no, not a Taff. I don't know why, because his whole kit gets countered by the M1 ability. That's right, the ability that every single killer has. Every single one. Not a single one doesn't have an M1. If they didn't, that'd be a very interesting game loop. But, yeah, his tripwires, they give slowness if the killer walks through them. But boom, 1 M1, tripwire's gone. Trip Mine, it gives slowness and helplessness along with a little bit of disorienting your screen. But if you hit the trip mine before it does it, which is very possible, pretty easy to learn, it doesn't give you any of that except a purple screen. And to be honest, changing your screen color to purple, it does nothing. It does not throw you off a little just to see your screen turn purple. It does not matter. No one cares if your screen's purple. With that being said, Taff can stack stuff with Builder Man. And in those situations, you know what? Taff can be a bit good, you know? Taff has a little bit he can do with Builder Man. And if he places his trip mines behind his trip wires, I can only break 1 with an M1 unless I'm Jason. It's pretty useful, you know? Those are some good strategies. But in the long scheme of things, you're still just going to be running up against the survivor. You don't get stunned. It's just a little bit of helplessness for a couple seconds. And you're still going to catch him eventually. He doesn't offer that much help to the team to not be a sentry egg. He's a sentry egg, okay? Chance. Our 1 over easy is pretty nice. My gambling boy, my gambling guru. Alright, so let me explain chance. You get a coin flip. This is how you play him. This is how you get all of his abilities. You flip the coin. 1 you get, depending on your luck, is the stacks. 1 you get like no luck. 3 you get all the luck. And these stacks can be used for 2 abilities. Actually 3, my bad. 1 being shoot. If you use shoot with the 3 stacks, there's a very high chance it'll shoot. Like, it doesn't very often blow up unless you're just terrible luck. But let me quickly explain what gun does. So we can actually do 3 things. First one, shooting the killer, most basic one, you know, the one you want. So that's the one you want, stun the killer. Second, does not go on all. Does not go off. It just kind of sits there, and you look awkward, and you look stupid, staring in the eyes of the killer, you know, looking all cute, saying, I didn't do anything. It's lame. It's lame. If it doesn't shoot the gun, you're sitting there, and you look dumb. Last but not least, we got blowing up in your hands. And this one is hilarious. If you don't think this is funny, you're actually weird, because it is so funny seeing a chance sit there and blow himself up when being so confident he's about to sugar blast the killer, and he just falls over on his face and dies. It is like the most hilarious thing ever. I love the gun blowing up. Even though it does suck, you will most likely lose if it happens. It's still funny and it's still peak. Chance isn't over easy is pretty nice. And then we got me. Peak. Need I say more, guys? I am peak. Alright, the killer thing though. Everyone cares about it. Killers. Oh, yummers. I'm gonna kill someone. Alright, so to kill someone, I mean, for this part of the tier list, we're gonna actually rank using sauces, okay? Barbecue sauce, you know, bussin'. Ranch, bussin'. Mustard, pretty good. Ketchup, mid overrated. Garum, who eats this, okay? Who actually eats fermented sardines? Pink sauce, yeah, I don't think that needs an introduction. If you know anything about pink sauce, you don't want to eat it. Alright, so first killer, we got Jason. Jason Voorhees, soon to be slasher, but we got him here as Germa. So we're going to go ahead and put him at a slight little... You know what? Screw it. This guy's a straight mustard. Nah, mustard. Yeah, ketchup. Yeah, ketchup. Yeah, we'll go ketchup. And, you know, he gets like abilities. He got slash, you know, normal in 1. And then he got, what's it called? Behead? Oh my gosh, Behead is annoying. But you know, that might be his ability. It's a little lunge. It can give them weakness. Not weakness. Crap. Helplessness. So the survivors can't use their abilities, and it's really annoying and dumb and fat and ugly. My bad. But, it really sucks, okay? It sucks. You don't want to get hit by Behead. Please dodge it. They got Gashing Wound does 50 damage, and Enraging Pace does 70. Dear Lord. Don't get hit by this move. At all cost. Don't get hit by Gashing Wound. It has a really long windup, and it forces Jason to stand still, but come on, just please. I beg of you, do not get hit by Gashing Wound or Behead. It sucks. Don't get hit by anything. Raging Pace, this makes Jason really angry. It makes all of his moves do extra damage. And it also makes him regain stamina a lot faster, which is really cool. But it does make him walk. Like, it makes him walk. So he can't really run at all. And that's the bad part. Also, your stamina starts going down after it goes all the way up, which really sucks. You can't really hold Raging Pace into that long. And yeah, that's Jason. Pretty basic, run-your-mill killer, run after Survivor, kill them, and you're done. With that being said, he's not that strong, in my personal opinion. There's other killers are definitely stronger. Yeah, that's Jason. And he's also, you know, he's alright to play as. Cool kid, this guy is freaking mustard. Man, hot dog with mustard. I don't know if you know about that, but cool kid. 10-year-old monster. He's actually, you know, for going power. We're going power. Nothing in here is opinion. He'd be the strongest because my boy is really strong. You know, he instantly shred people's health. Most of his abilities give a little slowness or give a little in lag on the survivor. Like Walk Speed Override, you get a little bit of slowness before you go out. His minions give slowness. If you don't know, Corrupted Nature gives slowness. He's horrifying, and he's so fast. He's so fast with like the fastest M1s in the game. I don't know if they're second fastest or the fastest, but he's so fast. He can literally shred you within instance, with also being like the hardest killer to predict because his M1s are instantaneous, immediate punch. With that cool kid, he's very strong, got a couple abilities. You know, he got Corrupt Nature, he throws a little cinder block at your freaking head, trick shot. You have slowness, it hurts for like 15 damage. Then you got Block speed override, get a little wind up now, and you go, you vroom into your enemies. Does a lot of pretty good damage, gives you a lot of burn, and a little bit of slowness at the end, and lag at the end. So that's really strong. And then you got his minions, you summon 2, and they find anyone on the map, and they will slap them, give them burning and slowness. Awesome. This killer loves the burning effect and the slowness effect, and it's horrible. Cool Kid is really strong, but also really fun to play as, so he's going in mustard. He's a good old mustard killer. Mustard. We got John Doe. You know, he's a straight barbecue sauce. I love John Doe. Underrated. You can bend the map to like whatever you want. You can trap. Along with trapping, you can place the spikes where the survivors can't move because they have collision. The survivors cannot move past your spikes. They're stuck. They're stuck most of the time if you know how to use them right. And they can do up to 48 damage if you hit them with all the spikes that can hit. 48 damage. That's half their health with a long-ranged ability. Yes, it'll be hard to hit, and there are techs you can learn. It's going to be a little bit hard to master at first. John Doe is not the easiest killer to get the hang of, but he is arguably so strong when you get to learn him. And he gets speed for hitting spikes now, and he has an aura reading ability. It's really good. He's just good, and his passive ability, if you get stunned while using an ability, you get speed. He is very solid. I don't care what anyone says. He's also my personal main. I got most of my killer wins as him. I'm going to continue getting my killers wins as him. I find him very fun, very awesome, cool sauce, cool killer. He gets barbecue sauce. All right? Cool. Next, we got Noli. I actually really like this new killer. He's really fun. Pretty strong, too. He's like Cool Kid, but on crack and on a little bit harder. So, basically, how Noli works, you get like the same amount, you know, dash. You need a dash on long range instead of a bomb instead of a hit. And you also, instead of minions, you get a different aura reading where you get the teleport. Let me go a little bit more in depth. So first you got Nova. It's the long range for Noli. Has a massive hitbox whenever you hit a wall. Not the ground, but the wall. Like a wall. The wall. Basically, that's it. And it can go through walls, and it's an explosive, and it does 15 damage, not a lot. But you can also activate it whenever you want by pressing the E button again, or the activation button, whenever it is for you. And it'll explode on command wherever you want it to be. And it might be a smaller hitbox, but it's still very useful in certain situations. You can also put a survivor in the air if you hit it correctly, like make them go into the air because it absorbs the survivor into the blast radius. And that can stall them a lot of time, make them a lot slower, make them lose distance. It is a very good ability. Then you got his dash. This ability is a dopamine rush. It's not technically that good unless you hit a survivor twice, but you can hit the whole team with one ability with this, and it's a dopamine rush when it happens. Basically, you do 10 damage on first contact, you get a really fast dash, you hold, and then you just keep holding until it's over. And basically, you have to aim it. It's really hard turning, but you can hit every survivor once, or if they have just no hallucination, basically. Once they have hallucination 2, I think it is, you do a slam that does 50 damage. 50. That is so much damage for a dash hit. And it pretty much goes across the whole map too, so keep that in mind. Very good ability. Last, you have his teleport ability, which is you have to teleport around generators. What could you possibly hate? And he has a really cool passive. I don't really go into passives that much, but this one's worth noting. It's hallucination. Basically, there's fake generators, fake items, fake everything. If you fall for them, you get more hallucination. Hallucination makes you see fake nolis, fake pizzas, and more fake stuff, okay? All sorts of the generator and the teleporting ability. Teleporting ability gives you hallucination, and if you do a fake generator, you also get hallucination. So avoid fake generators. You can tell by a little noli mask on the top of the generator. Pretty hard to see, but it's very visible, and that's how you avoid his passive. That's it. That's it for Noli. Really strong, solid ranch. And then we got 1x1. I don't care if he's actually strong. I don't care. This guy is low-key boring to play as, in my opinion. And I've gone against him so many times. He used to be fun. Now he's so dry to go against. He's just like the killer. It feels like everyone picks, and it's starting to get a little bit, boring. I don't really want to see 1x1 that much anymore. A little bit dry, a little bit boring. 1x1, I'll go ahead and explain him, I guess. Those M1s, they're actually the slowest in the game. He's also the slowest killer in the game, which is not that fun. And then you get Entanglement, which is it's a projectile. All of his abilities are projectiles, basically. And what it does, it sends up a really fast projectile. And if it hits the survivor, it stuns them and gives them a quick time event that they have to complete. And if they don't complete it, they will sit there and stare at you while they kill you. While the killer kills you. And it takes a really long time to complete it, okay? Not really long time, but it takes a good second. Unless you're on console, then you're cracked. But, yeah, it really sucks. You just get instantaneously stopped. You just get stopped. Like a survivor stunning a killer. Imagine that, but a killer stunning a survivor. You just have to sit there and take it. Like a good little... My bad. And then you got Mass Infection. This ability is a bit hard to hit at first. It's a bit of a learning curve, but fun to learn, actually, I will say. And if you hit up close, it does 70 damage. That's the highest attack in the game, I think. I think it has to be, right? 70 damage, guys. 70. You only have 30 health back with any survivor but, like, Chance. That's insane. It's really good. And if you hit him from far away, it's still 35 plus the glitched effect, which if you didn't know, V1X1's passive glitched effect makes him do more damage. And it also gives poison. Everything in his abilities give him poison as well. And then, last but not least, you got, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. But you spawn enemies, you spawn minions, depending on how many survivors you killed. Really good for using at last man standing. All the survivors become minions, and it also gives you speed if you kill them yourself. So, very solid at LMS, very strong to use. They also chip down at the survivor's health pretty quickly. They do a good amount of damage. Don't know exactly what, but they are annoying to deal with. And wasting ability on them to kill them also really sucks. So, they're just kind of rough. Rough altogether. Not really enjoying 1x1. He's a pink sauce. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you love 1x1. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. That's the end of the Maber Boy tier list. It's awesome. It's peak. Hey, now subscribe, please. Bye-bye.